So hello, good evening everyone. So today I'm going to discuss about the that major news, that is CPI, WPI, and GDP, that the base year already changed. So in your mind, that is one question is that what is base year? So if I write here, what is sorry? So what is base year? I can write here what is base year, and like in our GDP, that is the base year is 2011-12, means right now this is 2026. तो 2011-12 के हिसाब से 2026 में किसी चीज का प्राइस कितना ज्यादा हुआ है, इसको ही कहते हैं बेस ईयर। मतलब किसी एक ईयर को पकड़ के उस ईयर के हिसाब से अभी तक का प्राइस का इन्फ्लेशन कितना हुआ है या उसका वैल्यू कितना ज्यादा हुआ है, उसको ही कहते हैं बेस ईयर। So from now GDP base year is that time, that GDP base year, it is 2011-12, but now it is changed and it is 2022-23. Same as CPI, new basis is 2024, and same as IIP, इंडेक्स ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन जो होता है उसका हुआ है 2020-23। तो और इधर भी आपका वो न्यूज देख सकते हैं, ये मैंने द हिंदू से कलेक्ट किया है। तो ये जो न्यूज है इसका जो क्रक्स पार्ट है वो मैं नेक्स्ट में आपको समझने वाला हूँ। देखिए क्या लिखा है, मेथड्स ऑफ मेजरिंग इन्फ्लेशन। फर्स्ट इज WPI, नेक्स्ट इज CPI, एंड दैट थर्ड इज GDP डिफ्लेटर। इस पीडीएफ में मैं GDP डिफ्लेटर को ज्यादा एक्सप्लेन नहीं किया, बट मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ ये क्या है। दिस इज द बेस्ट थिंग, दिस इज द बेस्ट मेथड टू मेजर इन्फ्लेशन। दिस इज द बेस्ट मेथड, बट क्यों ये हम यूज नहीं करते? क्योंकि ये तो क्या होता है ना, ईयरली होता है। तो ईयरली डेटा कलेक्ट करने के लिए अच्छा है, बट दिस टू इज रिलीज इन एवरी मंथ, लाइक इन एवरी month that same for WPI, that is released in every month. So that is why we are using WPI and CPI for calculating the inflation. Sorry, yeah, for WPI and CPI for calculating the inflation. What is WPI? WPI means wholesale price index, means हम क्या बोलते हैं ना कि हम होलसेल मार्केट से कुछ खरीद के लिए, मतलब जब कोई चीज कोई कोई आइटम जब इंडस्ट्री के बाहर आता है, तो अगर इंडस्ट्री के बाहर से हम खरीद ले तो उसमें क्या होता है ना, जो इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स होता है, इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स, इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स लाइक जीएसटी, तो वो उसके ऊपर तभी लेवी नहीं होता। तो दैट टाइम इफ वी ग्रैब दिस और इफ वी बाय दिस आइटम, दैट इज कॉल्ड होलसेल, and that market is called as wholesale market. So from wholesale price index means if we collect any things or any daily necessary things from wholesale market, that is called that value define the wholesale price index. Clear? Next is, that is important, that is Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, DPI, DIPP under Ministry. You should remember this, okay? Because in many time in UPSC or like many state PCS, WBCS and UPPCS, they asked that which is the in like DIPP under which ministry. So you should remember that is Ministry of Commerce and Industry Compliance, Industry and Industry. You should remember this, okay? And this portal, like in Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, release the WPI data. Clear? Next is WPI uses X factory prices. X factory prices, मैंने क्या कहा, X factory मतलब कि होलसेल, बाहर के किसी इंडस्ट्री के बाहर से हम खरीद रहे हैं, तो उसमें क्या हो रहा है ना, जीएसटी नहीं आ रहा, एक्स्ट्रा जो इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स है वो लेवी नहीं हो रहा। तो दैट इज कॉल्ड दिस कमोडिटीज ऑफ मेजर इन्फ्लेशन। So in other words, it takes into account prices of commodities before they reach consumers. मैंने जो कहा आपको, therefore indirect taxes are not included in the price considered under WPI computation. So you should read this if you want. So that is the another important things, that in where the base year is 2011-12, that time the items is 697, okay, but right now this is the update to 957. You should remember this, that what is the new items that is included in WPI, that is 957 items. Clear? Next, this is the major things what is updated, like देखो अब क्या हो रहा है ना, कि अभी क्या हो रहा है ना, क्लाइमेट चेंज हो रहा है। तो क्लाइमेट चेंज होने की वजह से हम लोग को सोलर के रिन्यूएबल सेक्टर में ज्यादा फोकस करना पड़ा है। जैसे हमारा 2070 में कार्बन इमिशन है कि 0 कार्बन इमिशन, 2047 में हम जो विकसित भारत हो जाएंगे, तो हम लोगों को रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की तरफ जाना है, क्योंकि रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के लिए हमने क्या लाया रिसेंटली, न्यूक्लियर जो हमारा जो थर्ड न्यूक्लियर जो बेस कुदनकुलम में है, थर्ड न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर जो होता है थोरियम से, और उसके बाद क्या शांति बिल जो लाए शांति, ये सब क्यों किस लिए है ना, क्यों हमको रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी में शिफ्ट करना है। इसलिए रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी में जैसे क्या क्या है, सोलर एनर्जी, विंड एनर्जी एंड न्यूक्लियर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, दिस थ्री थिंग्स आर इंक्लूडेड इन WPI to measuring the inflation. Clear? This is the new item. And next is crude petrol and natural gas. So they have been reclassified as primary articles now to fuel and power. So from the primary article to fuel and power. So like this in UPSC 2026, they are asking very abstract question. So you should remember this, that what is the now from primary articles, now it's shifted to which? Now it is in fuel and power for better tracking of energy prices. So you should remember this, and if you want, you can read the whole things. What I have written here, I will provide you the PDF in my Telegram channel, and I will provide the Telegram channel link in comments description. Clear? Next, that is more important. Like CPI measure the retailing. Sorry. So CPI measure the retailing prices of on monthly basis. It includes both goods and service. So that is the another important things. Oh, in next PDF you will get that. So base year revision, very important current development, that is December 2025 was the last CPI released on base year 2012, and the revised CPI series is 2024. So you should remember this, that the previous time the base year is 2012, now is 2024. Clear? And now actually CPI is measured in four types, like in CPI variants. First is CPI rural, CPI urban, CPI combined. Means CPI rural में इन्फ्लेशन कितना है, अर्बन में कितना है, कॉम्बाइंड में इन्फ्लेशन कितना है। तो इस सबको CPI का तीनों वेराइटी है। WPI में ऐसा कुछ वेराइटी नहीं है, WPI एक ही इंडेक्स से होता है, CPI 3 इंडेक्स में होता है। क्लियर? नाउ यू शुड रीड दैट, यू मस्ट रीड दिस, because that is you have to just read. So there is like if I focus on that, I will just read like food and beverages waiting for 45.86, explain why food stocks dominates Indian headline inflation. And remember this, what is headline inflation? Headline inflation means when the means price inflation count on CPI. So where is like if you they ask that what is headline inflation, so you focus on that part, that inflation counted on the base of CPI. Clear? That is headline inflation. So you should remember these all things. So it will be very clear to you that what you have to read, or like what are those things added here, or those are the new things added here. So आप लोगों को ये बस एक बार पढ़ लेना है, ठीक है। Next, that is the difference between wholesale price index and consumer price index. I already told you that the base year change. This is 2023. This is 2024, and the commodity is 957 now to 99. And here is the twist. Like in wholesale, we just only add goods. We does not add the services for wholesale, but for consumer, like for CPI, we add good plus services. So this is the major difference between CPI and WPI. Like in many state PCS, they are asking that what is the difference between wholesale and wholesale price index, means WPI and CPI. So you always remember that wholesale include goods and CPI include both goods and services. Clear? Next is food weight for 24%, and consumer price index, it's more on food. That is why the weight of consumer price index is more in 46%. Measure inflation at producer level. That is I called you na. Like outside the industrial industry, if the things are sell, that is called the wholesale product. So wholesale product का क्या होता है, मेजर इन्फ्लेशन कैसे है, प्रोड्यूसर लेवल, प्रोड्यूसर के हाथ से सीधा आ रहा है ना, इसलिए बोलते हैं इसको। एंड नेक्स्ट इज रिटेल और कंज्यूमर लेवल, एंड नेक्स्ट स्टेज ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, डिफरेंट स्टेज ऑफ प्रोडक्शन। क्योंकि डिफरेंट स्टेज ऑफ प्रोडक्शन क्योंकि इसमें एक मार्केट प्राइस होता है, मार्केट प्राइस, उसके बाद क्या होता है ना, जो सब्सिडी होता है, उसके बाद फिर आता है फैक्टर प्राइस। तो ये जो तीनों टाइप है ना, तो ये तीनों WPI के अंदर आता है। दिस दैट इज व्हाई दे कॉल्ड इज, दैट इज द डिफरेंट स्टेज ऑफ प्रोडक्शन फॉर दिस रीजन। क्लियर? फाइनल कंजम्पशन स्टेज, क्योंकि जब फाइनल प्रोडक्ट आ गया मींस मार्केट प्राइस, उसके बाद सब्सिडी ऐड हो गया, फाइनल प्रोडक्ट आया, उसमें से सब्सिडी माइनस हो गया, उसके उसके बाद इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स मतलब उसके ऊपर लग गया। फाइनल प्रोडक्ट क्या होता है, हम जब मार्केट जाते हैं तो हमको जो कोई चीज अगर खरीदना उसके साथ जीएसटी ऑलरेडी लगा हुआ होता है, तो उसको होता है फाइनल प्रोडक्ट। सो दैट इज काउंटेड इन सीपीआई। क्लियर? नेक्स्ट इज डेटा कलेक्शन, सेंट्रलाइज्ड कलेक्शन collected from urban and rural market, and time lag that is lower and that is higher, and inflation rate usually lower and that is usually higher. So you should read that chart for one time, and that is clear to you, like what is WPI and CPI difference. Next is PPI. That PPI is going to replace WPI in 2031 June. So what is PPI? PPI is measuring price received by the product producer at the farm gate, that is same as the wholesale price index, and excluded indirect tax. So always excluded indirect tax. And the trade product now 125, in like in future it will be 1500. And input PPI trial basis is measuring price paid by the producer for inputs. That is PPI means producer price index. Producer price index included trade and transport margins initially introduced by the for the manufacturing sector on experimental basis. Services PPI covers here 7 major services like banking, security transaction, insurance, and you should read like up to this. You should read one more time, because what is important, that is like in many PCS exam they ask like that, that PPI replaces which. It is CPI, it is WPI, or it is GDP deflated, or they can say PPI is what is difference between PPI and CPI? PPI same as it does not. The another difference is WPI and PPI. WPI does not include does not include tax, but in PPI they count tax. They does not include services, but in CPI uh, services include. Clear? That is the difference. You should remember this also. And in PPI, that is mainly in developed country like USA, France, countries, like USA, like USA, use this method to count inflation. So that is the major point and major crux of that news, what I am showing you in first PPT. So you should read all this, and yeah, I shared the PDF on my Telegram channel. You should read from that. Actually, right now Telegram is banned up to like 22nd June. So I'll provide that in my WhatsApp group, and I'll provide the WhatsApp group link in description. So thank you. Have a great day, and please follow and subscribe my channel.